been quite the while since I've done a countdown, so I figured, hey, why not do another? I looked into things to see what I could do a countdown of, and then I remembered, oh yeah, Mewtwo came out today. So I figured this would be a perfect time to do a top 20 characters I want to see as DLC for Smash 4. No rules for this list, it's basically just characters I wanted to see but didn't get into the game itself. So I'm resorting to DLC in hopes to get these characters in. Plus, there's this whole fighter ballot thing to increase the chances of these characters getting in. Now let's kick off this list. Now this guy is someone who needs more appreciation than what he has already. And sure, he's gotten some in more recent games, which is really leading me to believe to a future inclusion. It's Bandana D. Now, this guy, not only would he be, well, the only other fighter for the Kirby series that's left, but his moveset is practically taking candy from a baby. I mean, take one good look at Return to Dreamland's Bandana D, and you're good. That, and he's a spear user. We don't have any so far, so this could be a good change. I mean, there's not much else to this character, really. Not to mention, he's pretty fucking adorable. I mean, look at that face! That is the face that screams, I am cute, love me, and that weapon says, I will tear out your insides. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. It's actually my most favorite franchise of all time. Go check out that video if you have the time. And Smash is what introduced Fire Emblem to me. So what better character to add than a forgotten one from Melee? Roy. Now I probably know what you're all thinking. He's another clone of Marth. Well, yes, he is. So? Should it matter if we have a second clone of the same character? I mean, they did that in Brawl with the Star Fox characters. That, and Roy really needs more love. I mean, doing this is kind of insulting. But that's why DLC is so important.
Can't let you do that, Starfox.
Yeah, I know this list is starting off with a bunch of veteran characters, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And trust me, there's only one more veteran on this list. The rest are all newcomers. Back to Wolf. We see that it's another clone, and that Wolf lives on in palette swaps and alternate movesets of Fox. But does that mean he still can't come back? I mean, he was the least clone out of all the Star Fox characters, and that's why we have DLC, so he can make his return. We need another whip user, and losing one of them in Smash 4, we're really in need of another one. And we need a replacement Konami representative. Now that's what I'm talking about. Simon Belmont is the pure badass needed for Smash. And I'm not talking about that new pansy-ass Simon. I'm talking about the original vampire killer. Not only would he have another whip user, but sub-weapons. Think about it. Daggers, axes, sacred flames. Oh my. This can only scream out Smash Brothers. And no Snake. Only Simon. You know what Smash Bros. Is lacking? F-Zero characters. And none of the other characters from the franchise are more suiting than Samurai Goro. Now we really need an F-Zero character. Captain Falcon has gotten awfully lonely these past few games, not even having games of his own. But Samurai Goro has gotten the closest to a position on the Smash roster, more than any other F-Zero character has, which makes him the perfect candidate. I mean, his moveset could consist of a samurai sword, Assist Trophy basically made up half his moveset right there, and if they can come up with a moveset for one race car driver, they can do it for another. Now, when people think of characters to add to Smash, they think of two things: villains and females. And they always think of Donkey Kong to add both of those. King K. Rool being the villain, and Dixie Kong being the female. But god damn it! Where are all my elderly fighters? Cranky Kong is one of those characters I never really paid no attention to. But when they announced him for Tropical Freeze, I began to think about his potential for Smash. Now, you're probably thinking that this character would be a useless addition, and that he'd probably break his back or something trying to keep up with Little Mac. But I see him with a moveset potential consisting of attacks from his cane, similar to a Scrooge McDuck style of gameplay. And that he's not just some old monkey. From what I saw from Tropical Freeze, it's proof that Cranky Kong's still alive and kicking. Now, indie games are a very controversial subject when it comes to Smash rosters, but I think this one is a worthy contender. Yeah, I know a recent indie game character is a bit outrageous, but hear me out real quick. Shovel Knight is a game that brought back the 2D platformers and got praised by critics and fans everywhere, me being one of them. And moveset potential would be pretty simple to come up with. Just look at the character from the game, and you practically have your moveset already. Honestly, the only reason this character's on the list is because of the fact that I just love Shovel Knight, and this is my list, goddammit! Duos in Smash Bros. Have always been a complicated thing, but this duo would be just perfect. Despite the fact that Rare is no longer working with Nintendo, that still shouldn't stop the Baron Bird from being in this game. Now, the complication with duos in Smash is always how they're going to play, but with Banjo-Kazooie, they sort of serve as one character. Think of it as Duck Hunt, and with the plentiful amount of moves they learn in their own games, that gives them so many options for a moveset that, and I really want their final Smash to be this. Now, throughout the years of Smash, the first two games, the Mother series was very underrepresented, with Ness holding his own by himself, almost getting cut entirely from Melee. Come Brawl, and he's joined by the Mother 3 protagonist Lucas, but he's showing up a little late to Smash 4 this time around. So if we can have representatives for both Mother 2 and 3, why not Mother 1? Ninten was always a character I've wanted to see ever since Lucas joined the battle, but Smash 4 is now Ninten's time to shine. What's that you say? He's going to be another clone? Maybe, but it's DLC. You don't expect much, or he could have his own moveset based on the actual moves he learns in his own game. I'm looking at you, Ness. Remember the character I was just talking about? Well, here's repetition at its finest. Yeah, I know Lucas has already been confirmed, but I really just don't want to remake this spot. So yeah, Lucas is cool and is in the game now. Hooray. Now, when I got my Wii, I was excited to try a series I hadn't before. With Brawl being my first purchase for the Wii, I surely rented WarioWare's Smooth Moves for a week. Now, I had played up to a lengthy amount into the game's story mode, and while I was playing it, I witnessed this character. Despite her presence in the game being that of an assist trophy, that still does not take away from her entitlement to be in Smash. I mean, she has a lot of moveset potential, with that little devil pet of hers, the several things she does with her wand, and the moves she does with her assist trophy, except turned down a little. Now, when Wario joined the Brawl, I felt the need to put him in as his own series. If not for that, I would not have even considered Ashley for this list. Thank goodness they did. Rewind to about 2 months ago. A supposed leak image had been thrown on the internet depicting Rayman to be playable in Smash 4. This image had Smash fans bouncing off the walls with hype. However, I saw it thinking it to be fake. Now, with all the fake and terribly looking leaks on the internet for this game, you can't really blame me. And sure enough, the leak was fake. point for me. Now, just because I thought the leak was fake, doesn't mean I don't want Rayman for Smash 4. Now, Rayman is, once again, a third-party character, but here's the thing. HAL and Namco had gotten the rights to Rayman. They have a model provided by Ubisoft and everything. But they decided to use him as a trophy instead, which got some people a little ticked off. But with DLC being a thing, this can raise our hopes. Now let's talk moveset. His standard attacks would have range, and I'm talking long range. I mean, with detachable hands and feet, that's practically a given. But with the amount of power-ups Rayman gains in his games, the possibilities are practically endless with his moveset. Now, this is a character that not a lot of people know about. It is, however, owned by Game Freak, a company under Nintendo, so that does give us a reason to have him in the game, other than the fact that he's the star of an eShop title. Now, when I got Harmonite, I was hooked. I'm an absolute sucker for rhythm games. And when I saw Tempo's trophy in Smash, I thought, hey, that's neat how they put him in. Then I thought of why he should be in Smash, despite his unrecognition and his title being on the eShop. A rhythm character is just what Smash needs, although in a fighting game, that might be difficult to implement. So I'm thinking more of a Mario RPG way of attacking things, where it's sort of action command and it's based on timing. It really brings a sort of uniqueness into the Smash world. Now, a second representative for a third-party character is stretching it a bit, but hear me out. This character is well deserving to be in Smash. Now, Shadow the Hedgehog, not only is he the face of pure badassery of the Sonic franchise, he also brings a curveball to the Smash game. Now for his moveset, I'm leaning more towards a Robin kind of setup, one half specializing in Shadow's Chaos form of fighting, such as Chaos Blast and Chaos Spear, and the other half, for how controversial it may be, is Weapons form of combat, consisting of guns and swords. Now, not only is he one of the most requested characters for good reason, he's also another representative for the Sonic franchise, which would be a nice addition. This final Smash would obviously be the iconic
Chaos Control!
What's this? Another eShop title? Why, this is the third one. Yes, but this eShop protagonist made it in as an assist trophy. Dylan is a character I can imagine rivaling Sonic. He's fast and can spin, but that's where the similarities end. Now, for his other moves, they can consist of the many slashes and upgrades you obtain all throughout the game. Dylan the Armadillo is also a cowboy, and cowboys are cool. I honestly have nothing else to say about this character, really. He seems to be fun, the game he's from is fun, and he seems to be a worthy fighter for Smash in my eyes. Ooh, we're really getting into the good stuff now. I mean, top 5! That's gotta mean something, right? I mean, these guys are the best of the best in my opinion, and obviously the best of the best have to have a Zelda character in it. I mean, they're one of the most iconic representatives in the Smash franchise, and number 5 is just that. What's that? You were expecting someone else? Like who, Garahim or Impa? No, this is my list, and my opinion here is what matters to this list, and it just so happens to be Ravio. Now I chose this character mostly because of the extensive moveset potential. This character has so much potential. I mean, I can imagine him being pretty fast considering he's always running all the time, and because of his close resemblance to Nabbit. His jabs can consist of that little bird thing that's always flying around with him. And for specials, my god, do we have a lot of options. Take a gander at Ravio's shop. This is the area of the game housing all of the key items used for traversing both Hyrule and Lorule. Seeing as how Ravio owns this shop, he practically owns all of these items. So all of these can be used for his moveset. Fucking amazing, I know! He's practically just a better Toon Link. Now, during the early days of Brawl, I saw this character be requested constantly, but come Smash 4, requests for this character were nowhere to be found. It's almost as if his popularity faded into existence. Put on that motherfucking Forest Maze! Geno. My god, do we need Geno! Yes, it's another Mario representative, but can you really say no to Geno? I mean, he's the face of Super Mario RPG. Granted, he hasn't been in a game since, and is now owned by Square Enix, but if HAL and Namco can get the rights, my god, would Smash fans be happy. Moveset-wise, I could go on for quite some time about it. With all the fan-made hacks that have come out, the possibilities are endless. I mean, we got Geno Beam, Geno Flash, Geno Blast, so many options. Final Smash would definitely be Geno Whirl. Why? Obvious reasons. But as for the rest of Geno, I would see him being the ultimate fan service. That, we haven't seen Geno in nearly 20 years. 20 years! Now, Star Fox characters are add-ins to the game that people don't really pay any mind to, with the unfortunate reason being that they're all fucking clones! But hear me out here. Imagine a Star Fox character that's not a clone. Sounds crazy, I know, but god damn it, do we need Crystal more than ever. With Crystal being a newcomer to the Star Fox crew, she's not so comfortable handling things such as blasters and reflectors, and is more comfortable handling a staff. Now, we still have yet to see any character in the entire Smash universe use a staff. So this would be a first. Not only would she use a staff, but she can also shoot projectiles out of it. Smash Bros. Needs more female characters? Crystal. Needs more Star Fox representatives? Crystal. Needs a new weapon holder? Crystal! You're bound to see where I'm going with this by now. But we really need Crystal. There's just so much potential and originality behind this character that it's difficult to not put her in. Oh, and also, no more fucking Landmasters! Now, Pokemon is filled to the brim with characters. I mean, we got 5 already, with a 6th just recently arriving. You're probably saying that's way too much as it is. Dwell had 6 Pokemon characters. It's only natural to expand upon that number, even with 2 of them taken out. And if Mario can have 7, so can Pokemon. Now, with Ivysaur and Squirtle gone, we have Charizard representing the Fire Starter, and Greninja representing the Water Starter. Now, I'm sure you already know where I'm headed with this, so I won't delay it any further. It's motherfucking Sceptile. Why Generation 3 has not had a Smash Rep yet is beyond me, but the fact that it's been remade now, leaving Grass all by its lonesome self, gives no more of a perfect opportunity than this one. I mean, think about it. Recent Gen 3 remakes, no Grass representative, no Gen 3 representatives, that and no other Grass starter could really serve as a fighter due to design. Sceptile may as well be leaving his Pokeball right now and start fighting amongst the likes of Bowser and Samus. Moveset is as easy as you think it is. Easier than Greninja's probably was, consisting of moves he learns in the game such as Dragon Breath and Home Claws, but the majority of his attacks specializing in both his tail and Leaf Blades, with them being his most signature traits, even creating the move Leaf Blade itself. His final smash would be his Mega Evolution, respectively. Look, I just really want Sceptile in Smash 4. He's my favorite Pokemon for crying out loud. But if this is my favorite Pokemon, who could be number 1? Now, this is a character I've wanted to see in Smash 4 from the very beginning. He's from my favorite game of all time. There's so much originality in this character, but sadly got confirmed as an assist trophy instead. But let's hope DLC changes that. It's none other than Magnus. Good Lord Gowl, do I want Magnus in this game so badly! I loved him in the first mission you meet him in Kid Icarus Uprising, that being Chapter 2, Magnus and the Dark Lord. He was just this pure badass, taking down underworld troops sent in by Medusa. Yet he's only human. Not just any human, however, but instead he's based on the Greek legend Heracles, known for being the strongest human. He can't do this alone, however. That's why he carries his Magnus Club, bringing forth a new style of gameplay. Although the Orb Club can be used as an item, think of it as that, but with more moves. And Kid Icarus Uprising provides the moveset for you. Not only in Chapter 18, The Ring of Chaos, can you play as Magnus to experience land combat with dash kicks and extremely hard hitting by his club, but you can also equip the Magnus Club and play with it on any chapter, both air battles and land battles. And it has different uses outside of Chapter 18. It can shoot projectiles. Think of it as a hard hitter with a projectile. Don't see that very often, but you can also use it to perform a series of combos and dash attacks and dodge shots, and all sorts of things. The possibilities are endless. Speaking of which, you can also use powers from Kid Icarus Uprising. Now you're probably thinking, those already belong to Palutena. Not all of them, my friend. Meteor Shower, Landmine, and Homing Boost are all viable options for Magnus. Oh, but he's just another sword fighter. Not a sword, a club. But he's just another Kid Icarus representative. Darkbird is a clone, his theme is awesome, his design is awesome, his character is awesome, everything about Magnus is awesome. I'm Demario101 Sonic, and that's my top 20 DLC characters that I would like to see in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. I will see you guys next time. Later guys, bye bye.